So this is very important theorems. Now I am going to start the lengthy theorems. So this is in GNDU University 2009, this values. So what is the statement of theorem? Any non-identity, so remember it is a non-identity, permutation of a finite set, any non-identity permutation of a finite set can expressed uniquely as product of cycle. So we prove already by example. So product of disjoint cycles of length greater than 1, that we already see that in previous example, any permutation can be written as product of cycle whose length is greater than 1. So that is the proof. So what is my claim? So what I would like to prove that if F is non-empty, if F is some non-identity, it is non-identity permutations on A of S. So what is S? Is finite set, this values. So my claim is, we claim that F can be written as product of, even this expression is unique, sigma 1, sigma 2, so on up to sigma n. What is sigma n? Where sigma I are disjoint cycles of length greater than 1. So these are the cycle of length greater than 1, right? So that is my aim, that is I would like to prove that. Now since this permutation, which is a non-identity, right? So what is orbit? Orbit is constructed from the permutations, power of permutations. So since it is a non-identity, so its orbit consists at least one element, at least two element, or more than one element. So it means there exist at least one orbit of length, orbit with more than one element, because it is non-identity. If it is identity, then it may have, but now it consists at least one orbit with more than one element. Now let suppose O1, this is one orbit, O2, this is second orbit, O3 and ON, suppose be orbit of F with more than one element, one element. So this is the orbit of more than one element, right? Let the corresponding cycle of the orbit R, so let corresponding cycle of orbits are sigma 1, so that is corresponding to this orbit, sigma 2, sigma 3 and sigma n. So these are the corresponding cycle of the orbit. If x taking from S, it is some x belongs to S. So just remember orbit and cycle, so they are the same and they have same element, but cycle is cycle and orbit is a set consisting element of cycle. Now this x belongs to S, be any element, suppose if this is x is any element. Now if x belongs to trivial orbit of F, then f of x is x. If x belongs to trivial orbit of F, then it implies that is same because it is non-identity, f of x is equal to x, this values. If x will not belongs to this, so x is fixed at this values, so this is a case number 1, this is what is case number 1. So case number 1 is suppose x will not belong to, suppose x will not belong to O1, O2, ON, then x remain fixed under, because x does not belongs to cycle, so it is fixed, then it implies x remain fixed under sigma 1, sigma 2, so on up to sigma n, right? So if x does not belongs to this orbit, then x does not belongs to cycle, so it means it is a fixed mean its image is itself. So is that what it means? If we multiply sigma 1, sigma 2 and sigma n, right? So what is its value? Since it's fixed, so this value is x. Now what is x from this? it is equal to f of x. So what we get? We get f is equal to sigma 1, sigma 2, so on up to sigma n, right? So that is the proof of first case. Now case number 2. Now in case number 2, if x belongs to some orbit. So case number 2, if x belongs to some orbit, this is orbit, for some t, for some t, x belongs to this for some t, and suppose and x I for some t and OT, so this cycle, this orbit, if x belongs to this values, and suppose this orbit is of this kind, set of a, f of a, f square a, f cube a, f raised to power m minus 1 of a. So this values, this orbit. Now x belongs to this, it means x is one of this element, one of this kind. So x can be written as f k of a for some k where that k is less than equal to m minus 1, this values. So if I am taking its image, so that is f of x, so this is f of fk of a, which is f of k plus 1 of a, this values. So it is again member of this set. So it is again member of this set. So it means again as x belongs to O, again x belongs to OT, this belongs to OT. So x is fixed under every cycle except sigma t, because sigma t is cycle related to this. So it is fixed with every sigma, every cycle except sigma t. So it implies x is fixed under every cycle except sigma t, because it belongs to OT and sigma t is cycle related to x. So it is fixed to every cycle except sigma t. Then it means since they are disjoint sigma 1, so they commute sigma t, sigma n of x. ठीक है? So by using this concept, this is not fixed at this value and every other cycle it is fixed. But from this, so but sigma tx is equal to sigma t and f raised to power k of x. sigma t f raised to power k of x. Now substitute fk, x is equal to fka, so this values is equal to f of k plus 1 of a, but sigma t x which is of this kind. So just substitute the value. If we substitute the value, so this is fk plus 1 of this time, right? So sigma t is equal to, if this values up to k plus 1, so sigma t, because it is m plus 1, so sigma t, this value which is equal to cycle a, then f of a, f square a, and f raised to power m minus 1 of a. So this is a sigma t, right? So this value, at this value, sigma 1, sigma t, so this value, substitute the value of sigma t here, sigma 1, sigma 2, sigma n of x, which is equal to, by using this, f of k plus 1 at point A, this values. So what is this? It is a f of x. So from this we again get f is equal to sigma 1, sigma 2 and sigma n. So this is a, by the second case, this f is equal to this values, product of disjoint cycles. Now to prove the uniqueness, so this is the first part. Now to prove, so to prove uniqueness, so to prove the uniqueness, so let another decomposition of permutation in cycle, so that is a f sigma 1 dash, sigma 2 dash, and so on, sigma m dash, right? So m also different. So what is sigma I? So sigma I can be written as, and similarly g is, if I take, suppose sigma I, let this is sigma 1 dash, if I take, it is some permutation, ठीक है, cycle. So this write it as A1, A2, A, R. So where A1, A2, AR, it belongs to S. So I just take its value and the remaining value taken as G, and G is equal to sigma 2 dash, so on up to sigma m dash, sigma 2, sigma 3 dash, and up to sigma m dash. So it implies f can be written as sigma 1 dash into G. So just substitute its value. Clear? So clearly A1, A2 up to AR do not appear in any cycle of G. So it is because disjoint. So clearly it does not A1. So clearly A1 dash या A1 A2 and this is AR does not appear या do not appear in any cycle of G. So it do not appear in any cycle of G. So it means it is fixed at G. So it is fixed at G. So it means G of X is equal to X if X is equal to A1 comma A2 and so on comma AR. It means if X is A1 then it is fixed, if X is A2 then it is fixed and so on. So in this way we can write it as, and f of x, this f of x which is equal to G1x, write as if at point x equal to A1 A2 A1 A2 and so on up to AR, these values. Now orbit of f of A1, if I take the orbit, so orbit first I take this orbit of A1, so A1 f of A1 f of square and so on up to f raised to power r minus 1 of A1, this values, right? So this is equal to A1, this is G of A1. So at this point, so this is a G1 A1, sorry, G1 A1, f at this point A1, and similarly G1 raised to power r minus 1 of A1, this values, because at this point these are G1. So what is this? It is a orbit of f. So this is a orbit of f, because element of f are A1, its image and so on. So it is a orbit of f. If orbit of f, then it implies GT, so this is orbit which is equal to sigma I for some t, sigma I for some t, for some t, this values. So this is orbit of f, so this is sigma I for some t. So in this way, for each Gi there is corresponding sigma j. In this way for each Gi there is a some sigma j. So in this way it implies for every Gi there is sigma j. So this values, since f is equal to this values f, which is equal to sigma 1, sigma 2 and so on up to sigma n, and here G1, G2 and so on up to Gm, right? So it means the number of cycles are same. So it implies m equal to n, number 1. So both are equal. This is 1 is equivalent to this. So both are equivalent and m and n are equal. So which prove the uniqueness. which prove the uniqueness. Prove the uniqueness. So this is tough theorem. So just first understand the shape of cycle, orbit and permutation, then it will be easy to understand this theorem. So this is very important and this is very helpful. Every permutation can be expressed as the product of disjoint cycles. So every permutation can be expressed as the product of a cycle whose length is greater than 1, and this expression is unique. So also remember that this expression is unique. So from this we can also write that every permutation can be written as the product of transpositions. So any cycle, so just I convey by example, any cycle can be written as the product of transposition. So what is transposition? Transposition is the product of transposition is the cycle of length 2. For example, if I write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, this can be written as, so how we will write in transposition? So start from 1, so take at the end 1 with 5, then 1 with 4, 1 with 3, 1 with 2. This is, so in this way we can write the cycle as a product of transposition. So I repeat, start from 1, 1 with the last, then this, then this, then this, and at this point. Now check whether is it right. Now product of cycle is started from the right hand side, this values from this. Now check. First 1 goes to 2 in this. Now this no 2, no 2, no 2. Is 1 goes to 2 because in this 2 goes to 2, here 2 goes to 2, here 2 goes to 2. So this process is complete. First process is complete. Again start from 2. From this 2 goes to, so first 1 I write after 1 process is complete. This is 1 and then 2. Now start from 2. Where we finished? Start from this. 2 goes to 1, right? So 2 goes to 1, I in second, and here 1 goes to 3. Here no 3, so 3 goes to 3. No 3, 3 goes to 3. So process complete. So 2 goes to 3, right? Now start from 3. From this no 3, so 3 goes to 3. Here 3 goes to 1. Here 1 goes to 4. Here no 4, 4 goes to 4. This values, process complete. So 3 goes to 4. Now start from 4. So 4 goes to this 4. 4 goes to again 4. 4 goes to 1 and 1 goes to 5. So this is at this point, process complete. Now start from 5. So from this 5, no 5, so 5 goes to 5. Here no 5, 5 goes to 5. Here no 5, 5 goes to 5. Here 5, 5 goes to 1. It means 5 goes to 1. So process complete, 5 goes to 1, then it complete the cycle. So this product is equal to this values. and this can be written as 1 with 5, 1 with 4, 1 with 3, 1 with 2, and this product is cycle of length 5. So any permutations, any permutation of length greater than 1 can be expressed as the product of the transpositions. So by using this theorem, so any permutation can be expressed as the product of transpositions, right? So this is again very important result, so that is related to this theorem. So I repeat, I do it here. So what is the statement of this theorem? So statement is, prove that every permutation can be expressed as product of transpositions. What is transposition? It is a cycle of length 2, transposition. So this is very important result. So it was in GNDU 2009. So this is related to permutation. Now proof of the theorems. Let sigma be some permutation of Sn. Let sigma belongs to Sn. This is be any arbitrary permutations. Be any permutations. This is any permutation. And there are two ways, either it is empty or it is not empty. So if it is empty, if it is sigma is identity, not empty, identity. So sigma can be written in this way, 1 2 1 2 1 2, and in this way. So 1 2 and 1 2, so this is identity. So sigma is a product of transposition. It implies sigma is product of transpositions. So this is a product of transpositions. Now if it is a product of transpositions, now if sigma is a non-identity, if second case, if sigma is non-identity, so by previous theorem we can also use f. This can be written as the product of permutation. So if it can be expressed as the product of disjoint cycle, so it implies sigma is equal to sigma 1, sigma 2 and sigma t. So these are product of cycle, disjoint cycle, each of length greater than 1. So where sigma I, these are disjoint cycle of length greater than 1, length greater than 1. So these are, so this is equation number 1. So these are product of cycle of length greater than 1. So let sigma t be any cycle of length. Let in general I take sigma I या sigma t या sigma I. So this is a cycle of length t, alpha 1, alpha 2 and so on up to alpha t. So where t is greater than 1. Now this can be written as product of transposition. This is, take this element with this alpha 1, alpha t, then alpha 1, alpha t minus 1, so on alpha 1, alpha 2, this values. So in this way we can write it as product of transposition. So similarly each cycle can be written as product of transposition. So it means this permutation can be expressed as product of transposition. So it implies this sigma can be expressed as product of transpositions, product of transpositions. So every permutation can be expressed as the product of transpositions, right? So in this way we can find the any permutations. So remember the result. So any permutations can be expressed as the product of transposition. If number of transposition are even, the permutation is called even permutation. If number of transpositions are odd, the permutation is called a odd permutations.